So the key way to being able to get through the entire process, to be able to get to success of where you want to go, is that you need to recognize, number one, that you have this giant war that goes on inside of you. All the time it goes on. Between easy decisions and the correct decisions, and where you're going to compromise and where you're going to push forward. You see, the thing that you need to control at any time, every single time that you're trying to succeed, anything you're doing, is you need to control your emotions. Your emotions are going to dictate what you do if you let them take control, if you keep them in control, if they're the ones running the process. So how do you stop these emotions? Well, you need to beat them initially. Once they kick in, you need to get rid of them. Because, to put it as an analogy, it's like a seed. If you plant a seed of what you want, of a plant you want, what happens is this seed over time grows down and deep into the roots, and you may need to water it at the start, you may need to look after it at the beginning, but then it's able to grow itself. Then it'll be able to grow its own roots and take on water itself. It'll be able to do what it needs on its own, photosynthesize, absorb water. All of this, as long as you've taken the first step. It starts off as an active process and then it remains passive. This is what's happening in your mind. You see, if you plant a seed of poison in your mind, something that works against you, and you don't deal with it, it's going to keep growing, and then it will be harder to stop it. Why? Because it can grow on its own. It will be defeating you passively, and that's going to be a lot harder to remove. So initially, once the emotion kicks in, once the emotion tells you, I'm not going to do anything because I'm not motivated, when you feel like you're not going to do anything because you're not motivated to do it, that's one of your emotions at play. You need to numb out these emotions. You need to get rid of them initially. How do you do this? The cold hard truth, completely ignore them. Act as if they are not even there, as you don't feel this. Go against what your body is trying to tell you to do. If it's telling you, no, let's stop working and go rest, keep going. This is acting as a compass for you. It can't be any clearer. That is the path that you're supposed to go down. And when you do this, when you ignore them so many times, your body's going to find it completely useless to create these emotions, to produce them. So what happens? They slowly die out. You get to get rid of them quickly. And here's the interesting thing about the body. You see, once you're in the process, the start is going to be hard, no doubt. But you are like an army. And what happens is, in real life, you would generally join an army. If you were a soldier, you would join an army that you would know that you are not going to die instantly. Not an army that is completely weak and can't do anything. You would join a strong army. And it's the same thing with your body against you at the start. It's not going to work with you. It's going to work against you because it's not happy with what you're trying to do. But if you're able to grow, if you're able to beat the innate laziness within yourself, if you're able to beat the innate failure that's put in yourself, if you're able to beat the innate mediocrity that's in yourself, what happens is that you'll grow, you'll become stronger, and then your body will join you. You will become a powerful force. And the process is not just going to affect you physically during the time. Once you get to where you want to, or when you're close proximity of your goal, what's going to happen is the entire process, without you realizing, is going to rewire your brain. It's going to change everything in there. Your mind's wiring completely is broken down and is completely changed. Why? Because if you have been able to stick at it long enough, then your body has no point of fighting you back. Because your body is going to recognize it's futile. It's not achieving anything. How much effort, and no matter how much effort it's putting in, you will continue on your goal. And then it has to give up, it has to give in, and then it will join you. Then you will be programmed to succeed. You will wake up in the mornings wanting to succeed. You will hate sitting around doing nothing. So keep sticking at the process. Numb out all the emotions. Ignore the ones that are on your side. Keep pushing. against what your body is telling you not to do. The more resistance you have against something, make sure you carry out that task.